Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the DC show. This is T. McNeil. Today is Wednesday. Let's talk some tech gaming news. So for all of my Samsung and Galaxy Note fans out there, you guys will be pleased to know that Samsung will actually be dropping a 1 terabyte version of their upcoming Samsung phones, all right? It doesn't actually say whether it's going to be for the Galaxy S10. That's what we're hoping that it's for. But again, they will be dropping 1 terabyte versions of the smartphone. Now, they did actually mention back, I think last year when the Note 9 was released, that the Note 9 would be 1 terabyte ready. But then that actually meant that you had to install a 512 gigabyte hard drive in order to access those features, okay? So what Samsung's trying to do is actually void what they've done before and actually come out with a proper chip to satisfy all of those folks out there that are not only data hungry, but space hungry as well, all right? So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into the information. So it does say that Samsung has announced that it will start offering the world's first 1 terabyte eUFS, or an embedded universal flash storage solution for phone manufacturers, with mass production already underway. And furthermore, this means that phones will be able to have 1 terabyte of storage with a single flash memory chip. So I think it's a good idea that Samsung's finally being the first ones to actually bring this to the market. I wouldn't expect anything less from them. I knew one day it was either going to be Samsung or Apple to be the first ones to actually bring this to the world, okay? You got a lot of people out here that take lots of videos and take lots of photos and things like that. You even have a lot of people that do editing software and other similar applications. So this is a great idea for those type of people. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is not a solution for everyone. I think the average smartphone user probably wouldn't even need 512 gigabytes, let alone 1 terabyte of storage, all right? And what that equals out to, for the ones who don't know, is about 1,000 gigabytes, all right? That's a lot for a smartphone, okay? So at the end of the day, like I said, it's not for everyone. And you got to think about, too, the cost of something like this, all right? You're talking about 1,000 gigabytes, guys. You know at the end of the day that you're going to pay a premium cost for a phone that has 1,000 gigabytes, okay? So I think it's great, like I said, but Samsung is giving consumers a choice, as I always like to say, and at the end of the day, you don't have to have that much storage if you don't need it. And furthermore, it does say that Samsung memory marketing VP Chio Chow says in a statement that the 1 terabyte eUFS is expected to play a critical role in bringing a more notebook-like user experience to the next generation of mobile devices, all right? So again, I also think that's a great idea for all of the people that actually enjoy having a notebook over a smartphone. At the end of the day, I think what they're doing is they're competing, okay? They're competing with one another within the same space, all right? I can kind of understand a little bit more of having, either 512 gigabytes or 1,000 gigabytes for a notebook, because you can simply do more with that notebook, okay? Especially when it comes to running applications, whether that be, WordPerfect, or whether that be Microsoft Word or Excel, PowerPoint, spreadsheets, things like that. Those type of applications are more user-friendly on notebooks and laptops than it is on a smartphone, okay? Not saying that the Note 9 wouldn't be able to handle that, or the upcoming Galaxy S10 and beyond, but again, it's just more user-friendly, and people, I think, typically store more of their content on laptops than they would on a smartphone, but that's just my personal opinion, all right? So you guys let me know how y'all feel about the information, but let's finish off. All right, now check this out, guys. Now, if you're actually interested in the 512 gigabyte and the 1,000 gigabyte models of the Samsung phones that's actually going to be dropping this year, supposedly, here's some additional information as far as the read speed for those cards. Now, it does say that it's the same package size as Samsung's previous 512 gigabyte unit and has read speeds up to 1,000 megabits per second, which is excellent. That's 10 times the speed of a typical micro SD card, and that's according to Samsung. Now, on the final note, no pun intended, it does say that last year Samsung promoted the Galaxy Note 9 again as 1 terabyte ready, but that's only if you insert a 512 gigabyte micro SD card, which has to be the highest capacity that's currently available into the 512 gigabyte model. Again, which I did mention earlier, okay? The 512 gigabyte Note 9 is very expensive, guys, okay? It's well over $1,200, and that's just for the phone itself with the base 512 gigabytes of storage, okay? I'm not quite sure off the top of my head exactly how much a 512 gigabyte hard drive, a micro SD card is by itself. You can definitely look it up, guys, for yourself if you want that information. But add that cost to the phone, and you're going to be looking at least $1,400 or more just for a smartphone, okay? So with the upcoming 1,000 gigabyte of base storage on the phone, you're going to probably look at about the same price or even more, okay? So at the end of the day, like I always like to say, it's about cost, okay? And if you feel like you don't need that much storage, you can always opt out and get a 64 gig model, or you can get the same 64 gig model and then get a 120 gigabyte micro SD card. And usually right then and there, that should be enough storage, okay? Or you can opt out and get a 256 gigabyte model if you feel like you need a little bit more. But keep in mind, the higher the capacity as far as storage, the higher the cost. And finally, will Samsung use its own memory chip to release a proper 1 terabyte phone in the near future? It's not unlikely, with various rumors suggesting that the upcoming Galaxy S10 lineup will include a high-end model with a 12 gigabytes of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage, which is going to be an absolute monster of a phone. All right, no other phone on the market as of right now, when that thing drops, is going to be able to compete. All right, so guys, make sure you keep it locked to DC Show for further details. Also, make sure that you leave a comment down below in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel about this information. I found it to be very interesting. As I've said throughout the entire video, you know, it's one of those things where it comes down to cost and the overall need of a phone with that much storage, okay? It's always about need versus want and need versus cost, okay, guys? Again, if you are a person that likes to take a ton of videos and you like to take a lot of photos and you want somewhere safe and secure to store it, I would say go for it, okay? But even with a 120 gigabyte model, or even a 256 gigabyte model, or micro SD cards for that matter, that's going to be enough to fill most people's plates on average, okay? Myself, I'm a YouTube creator, so something like a 256 gig to a 512 gig will probably work better for me, because I create videos and I edit content for you guys, all right? So you have to think that I have hundreds and hundreds of videos on my channel. That's going to take up a lot of time and a lot of space, okay? And then you have to also think too, guys, about the read capacity, all right? How fast is the read capacity? The faster the capacity, you know, the faster it reads, the faster that, you know, things can download and upload as well, okay? So at the end of the day, that's what you're paying for, is not only storage, but you're paying for convenience, all right? So y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Also, make sure that you like and share this content. I would greatly appreciate that. Also, if you enjoy this content, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram at THE_DC Show and the #1. So I appreciate you watching and listening and tuning in. Until the next time, have a good one.